Hi, I'm Leda Hoffmann, and I'm directing A Doll's House. A Doll's House really centers around Nora, who's our central character, who's figuring out that her marriage isn't exactly what she thought it was in the first place. And so she's living in a lot of assumptions about how a marriage works, how a family works, what her role as a woman is in the world. And as the events of the play transpire, as she gets more and more information about her past choices, her husband's beliefs, her friends' beliefs, she starts to realize that this isn't the world that she wants to live in, and she has to figure out what to do about that. I think the first time I was introduced to A Doll's House was probably in high school or college, because it's one of those things you do scene work from. And so that was mainly my experience with it until I came across Amy Herzog's amazing adaptation. What Amy Herzog has done with Ibsen's language is so exciting because she's able to figure out how to just get the drive of this play going. So it feels really contemporary, it feels very now, but you're still sitting in the historical context in which A Doll's House took place. And I just love the way that she's really created this crucible, this pressure cooker, where everyone is in this intense, dramatic experience, trying to figure out who they are. And this show just like takes off like a train. And what she's done is really figured out how to get the language so that you don't pause and sit in something for a second. Instead, you feel what the characters are feeling, and you're just going and going and going as it's turning forward. The play has to drive. The reason this production is so exciting is because of the rhythms of it, and so we get to spend the next few weeks in rehearsal just figuring out what those rhythms need to be, and the precision and also the freedom for the actors of how this play drives forward. And so I'm just excited to get them in the room, to get in the room with music, start to add costumes. As we add all these pieces together, it's my job to figure out how all the pieces stay in the same world, but also we're able to be bold and brave as we figure out how we want to define this production of A Doll's House. Something I love so much about working at MCT and about being a Milwaukee artist and a place that I call home is just the incredible local talent that we have here and the commitment to using that local talent. The fact that in Milwaukee you can create world-class art with people who live right here, who have been making their lives as artists in Milwaukee, is so thrilling. And I think too, as an audience member, being able to come and see shows that are made by your neighbors, that are made by people who live in the same world as you, it just allows us to make a play that speaks directly to a specific audience. And I think about that all the time, how local artists are able to tell a story in ways that are hard to exactly describe, but local artists are always able to tell a story in a way that speaks to you, because they're eating at the same restaurants and walking down the same streets and encountering the same questions and feelings that the audience is, because we're all a part of the same community.